Hello everyone, this is Onyx here, back with another awesome High FFA video for you guys today. And I'm very happy today guys to deliver my 19th installment of the Champion High Free-For-All this season gameplays today. And this is my second time actually playing Eden Free-For-All. The first time I played it was against Onset and 2 Champion players. And this gameplay I'm mostly against Onyx players, with Lightstar HCS being a Champion player, but he actually rage quit the game very early on because he I think he went 1-5 and had a really bad start to the game, as you're going to see, and just decided he couldn't put up the fight and quits out. So that's a bit disappointing for a Champion player, and this was at the halfway point for the season, so like he has had his Champion for a while, so you really would expect more of a Champion player. But the other Champion player in this gameplay is myself, and I actually did win this match, as you guys probably already know, because all of the uploads are wins. But so yeah, definitely not the best way to start with your Champion. This guy right here to just quit out on 1-5, but there you go. So at this point, guys, I'm just showing you the spawns of all the players on Eden Free-For-All. Have gone through sort of map strategy before in the Onset matchup, so please refer back to that for more detailed spawn analysis. But the main things for Eden Free-For-All to consider is if you spawn near rockets or on rockets, just be careful to look for the player that spawns on your left and right. And at this point you can see I'm challenging for rockets, and Lightstar completely chokes there, tries to fire a rocket down at me and ends up blowing himself up. So yeah, that's the makings of a Champion player right there, going 1-5 and then quitting out, but okay. So a nice start to get the rockets off Lightstar through him choking and also the Hydra. And you've seen me use this strategy before on the Onset game as well. It's quite a good way to start Eden FFA, to be honest. If you get the rockets and then take over red, it's definitely a good idea to do that. And I just want to use this moment as well, guys, before the game sort of gets fully underway, just to apologise for the delay between episodes 18 and this episode 19. It's just because I went away to France with my family, and you know, I've had a lot of real life things to sort out recently, so I haven't had as much time to commentate, but definitely still eager to finish the series. And from, you know, episodes 21 and onwards, you know, not saying that 19 and 20 are not that good, but because they are decent games. It's just from episode 21 onwards, it's like some of my best gameplays, more of my best gameplays of the season. So definitely a lot of great content to still come. You know, it definitely heats up from 21 onwards, just to sort of throw that out there. But here we go, guys, with this Eden Free-For-All, so get back to this one for now. But I really like this game in the sense that it's only against Onyx players. ZedCo is a quite good player in this gameplay, and also luza94 was trying a bit in this gameplay. So even the fact that it's only Onyx players, I definitely felt this game was you know, definitely worth commentating regardless, because as I said, you know, I commentated all my 1 games in the season, and it's definitely helpful for me as a player to reflect upon, you know, if I ever play Free-For-All again, or, you know, for you guys playing FFA in the future, just to reflect upon the decisions I made in a game like this, and how you can sort of learn from it and move on and, you know, improve as a player. So definitely you know, important to make all those sort of comments. And as you can see, guys, you know, doing the usual 1 second late rush for rockets, coming from my favourite way of getting them as well in Eden Free-For-All. Unfortunately, did choke with it a bit there. One thing I would say with the red rocket push, just make sure that your rockets are really on point, that you don't miss that, because it's you know, can really damage you in the long run. And as you can see at this point, when I had to switch POVs, and we see a nice view of my body just, you know, sort of relaxing on the back wall there. Lightstar HCS had quit out at this point, so yeah, he just you know, realised he couldn't get anywhere in this game and decided to quit out on his Champion rank. So there you go, that's Champions for you. But this Champion was determined to stay and win this match. And like I said, guys, you know, going up against ZedCo and Loser with decent Onyx players in this gameplay, so the gameplay was still competitive regardless. So definitely at this point, you know, like, want to get a bit more involved, because I've made the right plays in this game thus far, but, you know, haven't really capitalised on having the rockets when I got the rockets previously, so have to put in a bit more effort now to try and get these kills. And you know, definitely, as you can see, you know, instead of it being a 6-man free-for-all now, it's now 5-man free-for-all, so it's going to play slightly differently, and I do have a bit more sort of freedom on how I can move about the map. So I definitely want to use that to my advantage, because having that player left is going to open up so many opportunities for me to be pushing the map in different ways, and that definitely is helpful for you when you push for these sort of battles. When you see two players fighting, it's definitely a guaranteed double kill, so you should be aggressive as you can when this sort of low player count scenario sort of occurs. You should definitely push for things like that, not be too frightened about it, because if you're sort of struggling to get first place at that time, you have to make the pushes like that, because it's the only way really to get back into a game like that. So it's definitely important for you to just hold forward on that kind of scenario. And that's a lovely snipe on luza94 right there, just Serenity snipes. But I really can go off with this thing when I want to. It's just if the feeling's on, and I'm definitely the kind of sniper in Halo, to be honest with you, that I just hit like a ridiculous shot and then miss all the easy ones. I'm just one of those kind of snipers. So definitely when I'm on form with this weapon, I can get some really nice kills. And as you can see there, just setting up really nicely at red. Getting the killing spree is definitely showing that I'm staying alive right now. A lot of continuity in the plays I'm making, and definitely being able to pick off people off spawn in security is a really nice play. And at this point, just seeing the nades coming in, so I know players around me in the vicinity. I've got an SMG here, and really nice strategy because I've been sniping people at range. And then for close range battles like that, I can just use my SMG. Really nice no scope on that green guy. Unfortunately, I can't clear that up because he runs away. But that was a really nice bit of play there to just hold my ground, keep my power weapon, and still have the SMG out. And at this point, I'm sort of crouching around because I know these players know that I've sort of taken over red, so I'm just waiting for them to push me a bit more now, and trying to just hold ground and pick up some kills. So that's a really nice bit of play. And as you can see, I'm tied neck and neck with ZedCo right now, so definitely just looking to take my time with this. And like I say, when you're playing a low player count free-for-all, it's really important that all of your plays are your best plays, because sometimes it's hard to make the opportunities arise in a game with like less players, because if all the players are dead, there's like no one for you to kill. So definitely have to make those moments count, and always make sure that you're getting at least one kill per sort of depth that you invest in the game. So it definitely really is important to close down those kills, because as the time goes on, the opportunities get less and less. So it's a really important factor in free-for-all of low player count games, when people quit out and that kind of stuff. So it is really important. At this point right here, it's a really nice play from ZedCo. I fouled him previously on the turbine area, and he dropped to my favourite area to come in for rockets, and that's a really good play from the Hydra. And just lucky for me that someone else came from that way as well, so because he'd made a lot of noise down there, I was able to stay alive and able to come back out and get the rockets and then get one kill with it, which is a really nice bit of play. At this point again, taking over red, because there's only one player that I have to concern myself with that actually spawns back red. But unfortunately for me, I went too high in that window, and someone from security noticed that and was the one that took me down. So that was a nice bit of play from that guy in security. But definitely when you kill someone in the sort of red nest area, red sort of where these sort of brute plasma spawns there, just be careful to go top window, because that guy from security has a really good angle there. So probably if you're doing that rocket again, what I would have done is just after getting him in the red nest, just go down that area which he came out, that player that I killed. So because you're sort of covered a bit more, and you won't be shot as you're dropping down as easily. So I definitely should have done that at the time. And at this point, just really unfortunate that guy didn't die from that first shotgun, and even more unfortunate that the no scopes were off point there, so couldn't get that kill. But that was just a bit unfortunate. If I'd had a better secondary, I could have just easily sprayed him down and got the kill, but unfortunately that wasn't the case. And managing to still walk away with a kill there, but at the expense of losing the power weapons. So not really the best plays right there, but it's just something that I have to deal with. And luckily for me, getting the shotgun here. So whenever I've talked about using the shotgun on Eden, it's definitely important to stay alive with this weapon. You have to be really careful about losing it, so you don't want to get too sort of you don't really want to push an area that you're not too familiar with, if like you don't know if someone's camping there. So at this point, I'm just sort of looking to go for kills that I know I can get. And at this point, seeing the rockets that are coming up, so looking to put some pressure on that player that goes for them. At this point, you definitely don't want to lose your power weapons, so right play to back away here because I don't want to lose my shotgun, and you know, by challenging that rocket player in more detail, he can easily just finish me off because I have to make more ground to get to him, and he can just easily fire down a rocket on me. So that was the right play to back away there, save my shotty, and then come out again and, you know, fighting stronger, and then kill the players that were sort of fighting over that rocket, and then, you know, capitalising by using both rockets to get a kill with it. So that was a nice bit of play, you know, being able to keep my shotgun, stay alive, and then take rockets out of play by using both rockets on one player to kill him. So, you know, definitely when you look at it like that, it's, you know, sort of creating less opportunities for the other players, and that's kind of what you have to do in free-for-all. It's a really important sort of idea in winning free-for-all games. It's just, you know, shutting down other people's opportunities. You don't want to leave anything open for you know, other people to get kills. So that's a really important you know, lesson that I can teach you in free-for-all, is just, you know, really make it so that someone else can't capitalise on things that you've left behind on your dead body. So definitely is important to do that. And at this point, I didn't honestly know that anyone pushed that sniper rifle, but at that time, because there was no one around me, I didn't think that. I thought that maybe if someone does go for it, it's guaranteed kill, and like, at that time of play I didn't really have anything better that I could do, so just decided to shoot the barrels and get the kill. So it's a really nice bit of play, and at this point, guys, you know, I'm not sure about that play that I made there, to be honest, because I had red fully under my control, and I think the reason I did make the jump to security there is because time's running out and I'm not really seeing anyone. But personally, if I were to play that again, I would have been more patient, because there was a guy at red that I wasn't aware of, and I should have just waited for a better opportunity, to be honest, in order to get a kill. So I think personally with that play I was way too impatient, and I should have waited for a better opportunity to get kills there. So, you know, definitely paid the price for that, because I lost my shotgun and I lost my position at red as well. So you know, I definitely could have got more kills if I had the shotty, and to be honest with you, didn't really capitalise on the shotgun at all. So, you know, definitely should have played that a bit different, and played it a little bit slower. I think just running out from top red position when you've, you know, because I did notice the guy was there behind me, but I thought I could make it to security in time, but that was quite a bold assumption to make, and you know, definitely should have thought about that play a little bit better, because all the other players are starting to catch up now, and I'm finding it hard to find players to kill. So, you know, overall not a very good play there, to be honest, because as I've just, you know, said, you know, you don't want to open up opportunities for other players to, you know, walk back into a game if they're in second or third. You know, you have to be so careful about feeding, you know, other good players opportunities. At this point, that was a really clutch kill that I made, because I killed the second place guy that was in competition with me, and this guy in third place as well. So, and also gave myself one rocket now, so that's a huge bit of play, and at this point I'm definitely feeling pretty good about that, because I've shut down two of the players that are like pretty good in this game. Now this is an important decision that I had to make here, because there's only a minute left and I only have a 2-kill lead, and I've seen that shotties come up and that I've had one rocket which I've wasted now. Now, the way I played that was to try and rocket the guy at range, which was a nice attempt to play, but because of that I made a lot of noise, and, you know, after getting the shotgun a lot of more players came around. Now what I would have liked to have seen, that probably would have been a better play that I could have done, was probably hide behind the shotgun with the rocket, and then as the player comes to get the shotgun, I just, you know, come out of the, you know, from behind, and then just, you know, rocket the guy and then take the shot and win the game. But that wasn't the case, and instead of that, you know, luckily for me, I was able to find ZedCo and also Loser here and a few other players, and managed to get an extra 3 kills off the spawn. So Serenity's luck plays, and that definitely wins me the match. But definitely that could have been a lot more fatal in that scenario, and I definitely could have, you know, lost that if I wasn't careful. So you do have to be careful with the plays that you make in free-for-all towards the end of games. As you can see, that could have really cost me the win there, but luckily for me, because I was an aware player, and the next play that I made to come off my spawn was to check security and slay all the players there, I was still able to win the match. So guys, this is Serenity's back with my 19th installment of the Champion High Free for All August season gameplays, and I'll see you next time. Bye guys.